Good morning, everyone. Back in the bathroom again. Casa bathroom renovation continues, and today's goal is to try to get as much of the ceiling work done as we can. Whenever you do a renovation project, you want to make sure you're working from the top down. In other words, you want to make sure that your ceiling's all done, so then you can start on your walls. And the last thing we're going to be doing is putting the floor tile on. That way you won't be messing up your walls, you won't be messing up your ceiling and stuff. Just things got to be done in the proper order. So the first thing I want to do today, you know, on Sunday we first coated and put all of our strips on, our drywall tape on here, so we could get all of our corners secured in, and the old skylight thing is closed up now. You know, I'm a little light deficient in here, so what I want to do, it's kind of a cloudy out this morning, so I want to get the lights put in, and you can see up here, I've used the template that's supplied with the recessed light kit to cut to prepare outlining the 3 holes that the lights are going to go into, and of course the electrical is already provided to them. I just temporarily sort of pushed it up inside there while I do the cut. So I'm going to get the hole saw. There's going to be a lot of crap falling down from there. And we have to make sure before we install the lights, we're not going to put the trim on yet. That's going to be the last piece that goes on the outside. We want to make sure we move all of the insulation away from the lighthouses just for safety's sake. We don't want any fires. That's the first thing I'm going to do today is go ahead and cut them out, and I'm happy to have you. One thing you notice, I have a mask on and I have safety glasses today because I know there's a lot of that insulation crap up there that's going to fall down, so I want to be protected. I don't want to breathe any of that. You also make sure you have a good drywall hole saw. This thing works great. You just jam the point in and go from there. Make sure to work with the template that's provided with your recessed lights, and also make sure if they're insulation contact or non-insulation contact. That means, is insulation allowed to touch the recessed light? If it is, it's okay. If it's not insulation contact rating, you have to make sure that all the insulation is clear of the body, or else you may have a fire. So I've started the hole here, the saw in the hole, and I'm going to stay to the inside of the template. And I marked out here. Do not cut the hole too big, or the light will just fall through. It won't have anything to hold to. Okay, and I'm about halfway. Shift around to the other side. Ooh. Take your time. Don't overcut this circle. I'm going to try to lower that down. You can see that didn't work too good. A lot of that schmutz came down there. So, okay, but we got the hole cut. All right, got the first one set up here, and I'll show you. I got the light on here to give a little more light, and what it is, your cable comes in your wire, and you have to use a cable clamp secured in there, you know, to keep it clean and to keep stuff from coming inside and keep this cable from having stresses put on it in case somebody accidentally kicks it up there. And then your whites to white, your black to black, and your copper grounds together, and it's good to go. I'm just going to put the cover on and slide her up into the slot there. There's Mama. See the Missy Jen. She doesn't like that schmutz and that mess all over the place, do you? Huh?
Picking this stuff up. Did you have another one?
I already threw it away. I carried a lot of schmutz on top of it to the trash can. So, all right, we're going to clear this out. All right, the lights are up. They're roughed into place. I don't want to put the trim on because I need to do some more ceiling work. And by trim, I mean the rings that go on top there that give it a nice finished detail. But as you know, we had the fan, which was on a separate circuit over here with the triple switch. And then we have, should be this light here, and then the vanity light will come on independent of the shower. And then if you want to take a shower, you just come over here and you hit the middle switch there, and then your lights come on in the shower stall. So this takes this from the really from a 1950s sort of bathroom up until 2014, and they'll be real nice when they mount in, and they'll get real good directed light down here, which will be awesome. So now I want to move ahead with the ceiling work. I want to overcoat the ceiling. I want to knock down all the rough edges from first coating I tape, and I want to mix up some rather liquidy, not real firm drywall mud. I want to get the trowel and spread and overtop that whole ceiling to give an ultra smooth finish. Where the cabinet used to be, I need to knock down some of the high points where it was set into place. So that should keep me basically busy the rest of the day. And if I can get that overcoated, pardon me, then on Saturday, come through, do a real fast sand on that, and then the ceiling will basically be done. We can worry about painting that, getting that all done, and then we'll be ready to move on to the waterproofing of the shower stall here. And this project should come to a very rapid kind of conclusion here. Okay, stick with the Rosie girl, renovating the Casa bathroom. Okay guys, anytime you see the Rosie girl with this on, you know it's going to be getting messy in here today. And I did manage to get that foil tape, that special tape, up around the vent coming in to make sure that's sealed off real good, so none of the flow air is hitting back off of the ceiling there, to get everything real good. So now it's time to go take the sanding block. And what I like to use, I don't know where in the yeah, this. You can buy these at the big box store, and these sanding blocks work great. And one of these will last basically for the whole job. I made sure not to use a ton of, you know, not to slob the drywall mud all over the place, but to keep it contained. So what I want to do now is go around and sand off here some of the high spots, and then come back and mix up a very liquidy mud and apply that with a real wide blade taping knife, they call it, and put that on, so we'll have a nice overcoat to sand down here. And this should all be good. So let me get cracking. I'm going to close the door. I've got the fan pulling out, so not all this stuff won't be going into the rest of the house. Okay?
Hello tubers, Mamacita here. I think Rosie girl is in there sanding the ceiling, so we're gonna sneak in there and take a peek at what she's doing. Can't resist, can we? So let's check it out.
You know, when I'm standing on feet, it's hard to judge. I don't really know exactly what the president's considerations were. I do know that
it's the most glamorous day of all.
What are you doing?
And just smooth down so we can overcoat the whole ceiling with a finish coat on here. Have it ultra smooth and beautiful. So I'm sanding down, just getting the rough spots where the drywall mud was. And then when that's done, I'll mix up some liquid mud and then trowel that on top and then smooth that down real
but
good.
it's very difficult.
And then Saturday morning we should be able to sand down the whole thing and be done the ceiling.
Very good.
Alright, so that's what I'm doing now. Is just knocking down any of the high spots. Being careful not to sand through the tape.
So what is it that you're using? People will probably want to know what you're
This is
using.
something that you can buy at the big box places, and I told them 3M makes these.
So that's like a
these blocks have different angles on them, and they work really good. And this should last the whole job, and it's about 4 or 5 blocks, and they're excellent. Instead of shooting through tons of sandpaper and all that, you just buy one of these. These things just work great.
Good, because I'm pretty sure people will ask and say, what is it that you use?
That's the 3M. It's called a sanding block.
Sanding block. Very good.
Alright, so check back in when I'm just about done and get the mud mixed up.
Very good. We will return.
It's a glamorous day.
As Schwarzenegger always threatens, I'll be back.
I'll tell you guys, it doesn't get much more glamorous than this, but I'm done knocking down all the rough first coat. So what I want to do now, I went out and got my taping knife somewhere, my wide bladed one. Here it is. Pulled that out of retirement and cleaned the blade up on that. And what I want to do now is mix up some drywall compound with a bit of water, not to have a totally wet mixture, but to have something that's easy to spread. And I'm going to overcoat the whole ceiling here, and that should get that stuff smoothed down. So all we have to do on Saturday or Friday afternoon is just smooth it down with some sandpaper, and the ceiling will be officially done except for the priming and the painting. Woo!
What are you doing?
What are you doing? I'm waiting for you to ask that famous question. What are you doing? Well, I'm now overcoating. I knocked down all the rough from the first coating here. I'm not going back and overcoating here because this ceiling, you know, was kind of a wavy finish to it. It wasn't as smooth. So I go back with a thin layer of mud, thin down with a little bit of water, and I go over top of that, and it gives an ultra smooth surface across the whole ceiling. And when this dries, all we have to do is give one final sand down, and the ceiling's ready for priming and painting. But today we got some light, which is really nice, working in here with the lights installed. So it's moving along good. I got the schmutz blanket down here, so this stuff isn't falling all over the
Very
floor.
good, yeah.
Because anywhere we have drywall compound is going to stop the tile from adhering to it. So we want to try to keep the floor as clear as possible.
Yeah.
So I also taped that with the tape up in there, so we could keep that from blowing down on the side of the vent. So that's all sealed in now with the good tape and ready to go. So in a couple more hours I should be wrapped up today with this, and that'll be a great Wednesday today. And I'll go back and second coat some of the holes. I got to figure out these corners too. So okay. A little more taping to do, and then we'll be all done. We also need to put in the where the niches are here. We need to go in there, and we need to put the cut the cement board and put it in here, and then Saturday we'll have to tape that and waterproof everything and get that ready for tiling. I added another coat of the thin set. I added some thin set mortar because that had a slight bow in it, and I want that surface to be perfectly flat up and down. So moving along.
Very good.
All right, stay tuned. Finish up this stuff today, and lots more to come.
Yeah, we're nosy. We want to know all the details.
Know the whole shebang, right?
That's right.
All right. Rolling right along. You can see that smooths out things really well, and as it dries, it gives a good opaque covering there. And just having everything smoothed out so the primer and the paint go on just makes a really nice finished detail. So about 60% done. May have to mix up a little more of the liquidy type of mud, but it's gone along real good. It's a very, very, very good day's working today with no surprises, and keep chugging along. Looks like I look like a baker, don't I? Crazy as hell today. Well, the first coat is up, and I'm letting that starting back over here again. And what I want to do is sort of second coat where the tape is on there to get that real good coverage on there. So that'll be ultra smooth. And then I'm going to, looks like I'm going to call it a day today, but it's very, very successful kind of day, so I'm very happy about that. And this Saturday should be able to just get some sandpaper up there and just take it down and then get it ready. So get it ready for priming. So I'm going to go ahead now and finish that up. Like I said, it makes for glamorous YouTubing, doesn't it? But we're all done second coating all the seams here. And up on the ceiling has been nicely skimmed coat, so I'm going to call it a very successful day today. Got another corner, I forgot about that inside corner. I still have to get a piece of metal to do the outside corner there, because that's got to probably take some pounding. And the same thing with this corner here, we're going to probably have to get some, you know, some metal cornering on that. Some of the tin corners, but everything turned out good. Now it's just a simple matter of sanding that all down, and we should have a really ultra nice ceiling where all the previous work, the fillers and all the, you know, where the light used to be and where the built-in cabinet was and where we had this open area up here, and of course the skylight area. So things roll on, and things are rolling along very, very well. And Saturday we'll be back at it again. Thanks for being here today as we installed the recessed lights. You know, they're just kind of hanging down right now. I don't want to put the trim on because I don't want to get them all messed up and everything. I know I look like I'm working in the back of a food factory or something, right? Hey guys, thanks for being here today as the Casa bathroom renovation continues.